This episode is brought to you by Off-Axis Paint. From custom painted helmets to replica helmets to visors, t-shirts, hoodies, and more, visit shopoffaxis.com and use promo code RACEREADY10 for 10% off at checkout. One more time, that's shopoffaxis, AXIS.com, and use promo code RACEREADY10 for 10% off all apparel. Now enjoy this week's episode of the Race Ready Media Podcast.
Race fans, are you ready? You wanted the best, you've got them four abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series.
Welcome back, race fans. We are finally back with another episode of the Race Ready Media Podcast. I know it's been a while. Been dealing with some away from podcast stuff. I know we all have our own lives, so we've definitely been busy. I know Renfro's been wrenching a lot and working. Dev's been working. I've been doing some camera work and stuff like that. You guys have seen what's on the channel lately, but yeah, we're finally back. And before we get started, I gotta give a shout out to. I wish I would have got your name at the port over the non-wing nationals this weekend, but you know who you are. You said you listened to the podcast, and you got me wanting to do the podcast again, even though I've been wanting to do it, just haven't been able to get around to it. But you gave me the push this week to get back to it because it's nice seeing a viewer out there. But you know who you are, and I will do a camera for you, hopefully this weekend. But yeah, if you come find me, you asked where to find me and whatnot. But yeah. So, anyways, now with that out of the way, I think we gotta get back into some introductions here. It's been a while since we've seen the boys, and yes, we are missing old Western tonight. He couldn't make it, said he was feeling under the weather, so, we gave him the night off, but we got us three, so.
Another one.
Yeah, another one. We'll start with Devi. What's up, buddy? How have you been? I know you've been working and stuff lately, so what's up, dude?
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple past weeks. Everybody knows I'm a Amazon driver, so we had Prime Week a couple weeks ago, and then with the heat and stuff, they've been cutting down on routes and stuff, so it actually pushed Prime Week deliveries into the second week. So all last week was just backed up also, and it's finally starting to slow back down. And on top of that, I got finals this week for the summer semester. My last finals tomorrow. Other than that, it's just been kind of same old, just school and work and relaxing when I can.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I've been dealing with work, the heat, and everything, dude. The heat sucks right now. It's like
Oh my God.
back-to-back days with 100-degree heat, and it just feels like there's no end in sight. We actually got a little bit of rain tonight, but other than that, I mean, it's just endless heat.
I was talking to somebody, and they're like, "Man, it's like every day we've had a heat advisory." I said, "Yeah, we're gonna be under a heat advisory for like the remainder of until probably September. It seems like. I mean, it just never we're in that part of the summer where it's just like you wake up and it's 90 degrees, and then it gets up to 110 ish, and then by 9 o'clock at night it's back down to 85.
Yep, it's really unfortunate, but especially me. I love the cold, so I mean, hockey and whatnot, but yeah, dude, Dev, it's nice to actually, be able to see you. I know the heat's just wearing us down and whatnot, but happy you're still kicking with the heat, the way it is. So, but let's segue over to old Renfro, dude. How you been, man? I know you've been working at the golf course. How's that going? I mean, I know you sound like you're liking it. So, how's that going?
Yeah, it's a good time. My junior golf days are starting to pay off. I guess I didn't realize 100% that at the end of the junior golf season, we got like a little bonus. So
That's good.
got me a nice little $800 cash today.
Ooh,
for
yeah.
junior golf. So that was pretty cool. So I've been able to get to the racetrack a few times. That's been pretty rare for me. I made it to Sweet Springs to help Riley with the sprint car in the midget, and then I think the week before, 2 weeks before, I was there helping Cameron Sorrells on the micro stuff, small town throwdown or whatever that was. Then I made it out to the lake Saturday for the All-Star show with Riley. Showed some speed. Results didn't really show how fast I think we actually were. I mean, Buddy lapped him. Buddy lapped him, and he ended up running him back down. Probably could have slid him, but as a lap car,
Not gonna
obviously,
slide the leader.
not the place, not the time
He's
to do
done it before.
Yeah, and he raced Sunshine back on night 1 down the back stretch, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, no, just been living the dream. Which I know we were talking about the heat. It's kind of odd. You guys have had 110 the past 2 days, and I don't think it's reached over 81 here.
It must be nice.
But their humidity up there is like,
Yeah,
it'll
it
be
rained.
80, but it'll feel like 100.
Yeah, it's rained
Still.
2 inches in the past 2 days or something like that. But even like to Springfield, Missouri, which is like 2 hours from Sedalia, where the club is, it was 105 yesterday, and it was the high I think we got was like 79 in Sedalia, and that was just crazy that 2 hours difference. It was 30 degrees temperature difference.
God, must be nice. Damn. I'm so sick of the heat, but it's a good segue right now because we all know what's getting ready to come up. Might get some cooler weather. Coming up in a couple of weeks. We got Knoxville coming up. It's getting closer and
Yeah.
closer.
We got the Ironman first.
We do have the
so-
Ironman first, but I'm just ready for some like cooler weather up in Knoxville. I know it's still hot up there, but there's no humidity hardly, and it's just a nicer place to be in my opinion. So plus I get to be on
Look,
vacation. So
It's real perfect to roll around about 11 midnight when the
Oh,
sun's
yeah.
going down.
When
and
everyone's
it's
ready to party?
Nice, yeah, it's nice 75 degrees. You can hit the dinghy and get all sweaty.
get all sweaty, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have the
Packed in
Ironman
like
though.
sardines.
We do have the Ironman though coming up. That's next weekend, right?
Yeah, it's the weekend of the 360 National.
That's right. And I'm leaving Friday like afternoon right after work to come like that way. I think we're driving to like Bethany and staying or something like that. But yeah, so
Bethany.
yeah, it's just to camp out for the night.
They've got a fairgrounds racetrack there, and that's the one place as a crew guy we've ever ran 2 right rears.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It was so slick with absolutely zero moisture. We ran like a 104 on the left rear and a 105.5 on the right rear. We had like an inch and a half of stagger.
That's crazy. I've
And
never
was
heard of that.
still 2 free.
I've never heard of that. That is
It was
insane.
bizarre. Yeah, it was bizarre. Place was a shithole.
Did you guys finish second or third? Third.
Third, I think, yeah.
That's insane. I've never seen that happen. That's a new one
And
on
then-
me.
And we were like, oh, we're never going back, never going back. We went back again like a month later, and we ran 2 right rears in the heat race. That's how bad it was.
My God.
Awful. Little
Just-
fairgrounds
just-
racetrack has tons of potential. It's like a big little Bloomington, but they just don't know how to work it.
They don't know how to water it
gets ran on.
apparently.
Yeah, it gets ran on once a year, twice
Aw.
a year, whatever, for the fair race, and that's about it.
It's
But
unfortunate, but
there is a good Mexican place there. There's
Oh,
a good
is there?
Mexican restaurant.
Want to
Yeah,
get some
so-
margaritas?
Yeah, if you get there at a decent time.
Let's get some
It's a
margaritas.
Mexican restaurant.
Oh man. Speaking of the Ironman, Renfrew, do you remember the year that we went to the Ironman together?
Yeah.
You, me, Riley, Nicole. Good time. Watching Sheldon just lay it on every
Yeah, this one
ancestor.
won by like
Yeah.
9.5 seconds. Or
No, I
something.
think it was
I thought
more
it was
than
like-
that.
12.
Yeah, dude, he lapped up to
No.
like 5th, dude.
No, it was like 9 seconds because they're turning like 11 to 12-second laps there.
But still, he lapped up to like 5th or something. Like it was
Yeah,
something.
it was
But I think
insane.
it was the biggest margin of victory in a while or something.
I think it's probably
Ever.
Probably ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was something
yeah.
like. But I just remember. We're standing in 3, and
Were you in the infield or?
yeah, we're in the infield. We're standing in 3, and they're ripping, and I look over and I'm like, who the hell is even leading? Because Sheldon's gone at this point, and I'm like, and I look over, and I'm like, who the hell is even like? Because Sheldon's just lapped like up to 7th. He's up to like lapped up to 7th. I'm like, what?
I couldn't have told you who was in second at the time.
No,
Yeah.
but you were like, yeah, Sheldon just lapped 7th. I'm like, oh my God. And then
Yeah,
all,
that
and then
was
I and then
insane.
and then the famous Johnny Gibson call, Sheldon destroys the field. And that couldn't have been a more perfect call because he literally did. But
Mhm.
It was just insane. And there's a picture of me and Riley and Renfro sitting on the curb that night. Oh, that thing was
Huge.
gnarly. The thing was
Huge.
gnarly. And I love Peevely. Want to go back so bad. If I was driving myself up to Knoxville, I probably would have stopped off in Peevely, honestly, just hit there and then gone up. But
There's
fortunate enough to not
there's
have to
one
drive.
guy that we know we does not have a chance to win Peevely this year.
Who's that?
Carl Larson.
Is he not going?
He's running
Oh, he's
three
running 360s.
nationals.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because there's some bonus that I think if you win your prelim, I don't know, it's something like there's some sort of bonus. I don't remember what it was, but I saw that.
Well, it's they pay lap leaders. There's lap
That's what it
sponsors.
was. If he leads all 30, he gets, was it 20 or is it 30 grand extra?
Well, I think it's 30 because I think it's like a grand a lap.
1,000 a lap.
Yeah. So if he can win that and then win the race, obviously it's what, 15 to win?
Yeah,
Something
15.
like that.
Yeah.
So,
So 45.
And I think he's going to be going for the Jesse Hockett Mr. Sprint Car Award because he's obviously going to run the Front Row Challenge and then
Yeah,
the 410 Nationals. So,
Capitani too. He'll run that as well. And
yeah.
which Capitani's sick. I love that
Well,
race.
actually, no, he can't because of the Cup
Oh,
race.
the Cup
Cup
race. He
race.
can't run Capitani. You're right. Well, isn't
Unless he can get back in time.
I was about to say, isn't the Cup race during the day? He might be able to make it.
Where
but
is the Cup race?
I don't know.
That'll be the
honestly.
deciding factor if he can get back in time.
Yeah, Capitani's sick though. I love watching the Capitani. Dude, I'm just so excited for like Knoxville like to begin. I'm so ready to get out of here, out of work, and just be on vacation and be at like arguably my favorite place in America. Well, around Nationals time, it's my favorite place. Other than that,
yeah.
you know, it's kind of just dead there, which is fine. It's a small town. It's built around a racetrack, but at least they, you know, have the Nationals to do that. But just ready to be there, ready to see everyone that goes. And unfortunately, Renfro, I said you weren't going, which really sucks. But you know.
Yeah, I've talked about driving up for the golf tournament and then like night before and then maybe staying a night and coming home the next day or something. I don't know. I haven't really decided.
I mean, if you
obviously,
can make it, I'm sure we can. I'm sure we got a place to agree to crash. So.
Yeah. I haven't decided yet.
But yeah, Dev, we get to go. That's gonna be fun. Oh, spoiler alert! Me and Dev are teammates for the golf tournament. So go whatever team
It's
name.
rigged.
It is
dude.
rigged. It's unfortunate, but
Literally, we were drawing or doing the
wheel
randomizer wheel thing, and it's like, okay, like if we were to pick teams, this is who would want to be teams.
want to
and
be
it was
teammates.
like Boggs and
Marcham.
Trey March,
Yeah.
and then Trey Robb and
Josh Marcham.
Yeah, and then it was Goodnow
and Trevor.
Yep.
And then me and Dev. That's
And literally that's how the teams lined out. I'm not kidding.
Dude, that's exactly how it was. That was insane. I still can't believe that. I wish I saw the video of it. I'd play like a little snippet of it, but yeah, it's insane. But yeah, so check out Tub and the YouTube channel. They're gonna be posting about it. Probably once I get the video up, because hopefully I'm gonna have GoPros on everyone's carts, so that way we can see the shenanigans we all get up to there.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be
terrible.
It's gonna be wild, but yeah, it should be a fun time. But yeah,
did you decide on a day yet?
Thursday. Good knows prelim is Wednesday, so we're gonna do Thursday. Again.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so the two past champions won't be there, Weston and Renfro. Unfortunate, but the Cup's gonna go home with somebody else, most likely one of the
Tub guys.
One of the Tub guys, but I don't think they'll keep it. They'll probably keep it for the week and give it back, or that's kind of what Boggs was telling me over the weekend. He was like, we don't want to keep the trophy because who knows what will happen to it. And I'm like, yeah, it's all good. He's like, but we'll definitely keep it for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So, but yeah, so it's gonna be a fun time. Gonna actually get to play 18 this year. That'll be good. But yeah, stay tuned for that.
Playing Pella?
No, we're gonna just play 2 rounds of Knoxville. Just play 9 and 9.
2 nines. Which Knoxville's not a bad course.
No.
I mean, it's a course.
The elevation changes are insane.
I love it though. I love that giant hill going up to like the clubhouse on like 6 or something.
3.
Oh, 3.
On 3, where it's like a nice flat, and then it just
you hit a
drops.
blind tee shot. You hit a blind tee, like it's straight downhill, and then you're playing like 150 yards back uphill to the clubhouse.
Yes.
You have to club up like 4 clubs to get it there.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is nuts.
I love it though. It's actually so much fun.
If you shank one, it's in the parking lot.
Yeah, and Boggs did hit a car last year, so that did happen. But hopefully not this year.
Don't they have a par 3 that sits really low too? You tee up
high, and it's
that's hole 7.
It's 7, yeah. It's
That's what I thought.
part. Yeah, it's definitely a birdie hole if you're good enough, for sure.
What's crazy is when I was in high school playing, I used to hit with like a 7-iron on that hole.
Really?
And then last time we were there, I was like I didn't even want to use a pitching wedge. I'm like, dude, if I do this, it's gonna end up in the woods.
That's kind of sounds like me at La Fortune when I said, "Oh, dude, I'm shanking them all day long," and then I fucking kill the one right over the street.
Yeah, he's like, where'd it go? And I'm like, dude, that's across Yale. No,
Dude, no, yes it is. No,
it hit the
no.
net. I said, Hunter, it cleared the net.
It was,
by like 10 yards.
It was a great shot. It was a great shot. It was a great shot.
Wrong club.
But just wrong club. I really think I was using like a 9, because like I wasn't confident in my swing or anything. But yeah, it was insane. But
it was definitely one of those holes where it looked way longer than what it was. And then,
it was fun. That was a fun trip. That was a fun little outing too. But not a golf podcast, is a racing podcast. So maybe we can touch on some things. We're gonna try and keep it short. I got my wisdom teeth are bothering me, so I'm trying not to keep it too long. My mouth's starting to hurt, but got to get those taken out. But so Brent Marks went and dominated Eldora. That was fun. Love to see that personally. Big Brent Marks fan.
Do you think he shows up to Peevely? Because usually, I mean,
no,
not that he needs to, but usually the trend has been like you win the King's Royal, you try to go win the Ironman. I think that's another 50, and then
it is a month of money.
Up. Yeah, like we're in that time of year where you know, like
I don't know,
and he might.
I feel like he might take the week off to prepare for Knoxville.
I think he might as well.
Or do they run 410s as a support class on Saturday, or is it just 305s of 360s?
I don't even think it's anything.
Oh, I thought they ran 305s.
I think they run the 305s with the Capitani.
Oh,
If anything,
yeah.
it's just the one class.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't remember.
I don't know. He might. I don't think he may race Sunday. I bet he runs the Capitani, but I doubt he runs.
Yeah, because that's another 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's such a hard way to decide, I guess, is the way to say it.
I think he runs the Capitani in the front row, and then I don't think he runs anything before that. I just don't see him.
I don't see him running the front row.
You don't think so?
The tracks aren't that like they're both half miles, but they're
they don't run the same at all. But that's still another X amount of money to win.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
Let me stop. I gotta say this. You guys remember when we had the discussion of what we would call Brent Marks, whether it was posse or a true outlaw? Dude's a true outlaw now.
Mm-hmm.
He literally. He's a true outlaw now.
He's not an outlaw. He's
not an outlaw. True outlaw.
Yeah. I was misunderstanding what you.
That's what I was doing last time. I was like, oh, what? He's not an outlaw. Obviously, he's posse, but no, dude's a true outlaw. He literally goes and steals money from the outlaws.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, he didn't really show up all that much when they went back up to Pennsylvania. I mean, he won one night at the Grove, I think, and then I think he ran third or something. Didn't do very well at Port Royal, but I mean, the dude's been on fire. I mean, that's the hottest driver in sprint car racing right now, bar none, for sure.
Winningest driver
for sure.
I don't know if it's winningest. No, because
it's
Macri's the winningest.
But he's made the most money.
I was gonna say
most profitable. I think is what.
I think it's changed. Well, not necessarily because none of the guys on this list have really won. So Brent Marks is at the top of the list with $481,414 in winnings this
That's
year.
insane, by the way.
Second is Sheldon Hansfield with $260,325.
That is a $200,000 gap.
Brent Marks had more than Sheldon after winning the Big One and the Kings Royal.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
if
insane.
let's say Marks just won the Kings Royal with 175, that would have put him 6th on this list.
He didn't win the big one.
Yeah,
he
so
did
if
win
he
the
would have
big one,
just
so-
pocketed the Kings Royal,
That's
because
insane. But
Macri's at 185, almost 186. He's in 5th, and then Gravel's at 6th with 160.
dude,
What was the race Sheldon won that paid?
Huset's.
Oh yeah. Huset's the High Bank Nationals, I think, right?
Yeah, was that
Oh.
100?
It was
that
100.
50?
It was 100.
100, I think.
It
Yeah.
was 100. But yeah, that paid a lot. Which that was the race with the door debacle or whatever. The gate debate or whatever they called it.
Well, and like it sucks because that really actually probably played out a huge factor in that race. I mean, Gravel was fast, but you could have said that he was too fast too early,
Yeah.
where he probably would have faded off at the end. But nonetheless, I mean, jumped right rear or not, I mean, that definitely played a factor.
Yeah, 100% it
Yeah.
did.
into the finish,
Yeah.
because I think he still held on for 3rd or 4th.
I think it was 4th because it was Buddy and Buddy and McFadden that were battling it out, and then Sheldon just.
The $100,000 lap.
That was the $100,000 lap. That was insane, by the way. But yeah, I think. Okay, actually, you know what? I need predictions. Who do we think is gonna win Nationals this year? Realistically, it's close now. We know what everyone's got. Who do we think's gonna win Nationals? I need your honest picks.
It's hard to not take Larson. I mean, it's 50
It really
laps.
is. It's hard to not take Larson.
I wish I could see what the track was going to be like.
Exact, that too.
That too.
Last year
Because
was terrible. Rubber down.
It was, yes.
I can't believe I almost got punched in the mouth leaving.
Over a
that.
rubber down track. Over a rubber down track. Oh my god.
I think if they keep it in good shape and Brent starts within the first 6 rows, he's probably a very good contender to win
He could
it.
even start 15th though. Like
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he's running 6th at the
at the
halfway point.
halfway.
Yeah.
He's in a. If you're running up there at the halfway point, anybody's really got a chance. But I think coming off of like the halfway point, if you're the leader, that's the hardest like race to win right there. I would not want to be leading.
You don't want to go too far. Like you don't want to
change.
You don't want to. You don't want to go too far on changes where you fuck yourself for the last 25, but you don't want to
not change
touch the car and
to make it go away.
That's got to be one of the hardest things as like crew driver is those last 25 laps of Knoxville. It's got to be one of the most difficult things to like do at the halfway point, because if you're running 6th or 7th or 5th even, you got room. I mean, like
you could throw the kitchen sink.
Exactly. You can throw a 2-inch wicker bill on there and fucking whatever.
Well, I don't think they can do that.
I know, but you get what I'm saying. They can literally do whatever they want with it.
I was actually thinking about this the other day. So it's an outlaw sanctioned deal. Outlaws are only allowing you to run one right rear tire a night. So with it being 50 laps, do you think they get to check in 2 tires and then be like, okay, like halfway, this is possibly going to be the right rear I put on? Or like, how do you think this is going to work out?
Or do you think we'll see what was the year that Sides won the Kings Royal?
Gosh. 04?
Okay, but that was the year they were blowing all those right rears, right?
Yeah.
So do you think we'll see like one of those type of races where you want to blow a tire early and try and like, which I don't want to see, But I feel like that's something the Outlaws would end up doing because they have to stick by their rules of one right rear. I could see that
Yeah,
happening.
I know what you're trying to say, but I feel like if you give teams the heads up going into it, like if they were to announce something during 360s and say, hey, like we're allowing you to check in 2 right rears,
Yeah.
but you can only run those 2 during the feature or something. Like if
The
they had
thing about
if they had 2 different stamps, so you stamp one, I guess on Saturday you only run, if you're locked in, you only run 1 race.
Right.
But
and think about the guys that come out of the B. I mean, they just put 20 laps on the
20,
tire, and then you
yeah.
want it to last another 70.
Or
mhm.
you want it to last 70 total, but yeah. They've got to make some sort of change for at least for this event to where you can check in multiple right rears, 2 right rears, because we don't want to see everyone just shredding right rears all over the place. Because that's, I mean, let's see, I've been in Knoxville the past like 9 years, and I don't know what's happened before because I didn't watch it, but in my 9 years, there's never been a time where it's just been a shred fest because the track's been, so fucking rubber down that I've never seen that happen. But I've seen it happen at the Kings Royal, but that's part of the track. But I don't want to see that at Knoxville because, for one, I've never seen it, and 2, that's one of the probably the biggest sprint car race of the year. And you don't want to see, who can make their right rear last the longest. You want to see
Because then
driver skill.
you're not gonna see a race. People are just gonna be conservative.
Exactly. No one's gonna be trying to no one's gonna try and race each other. It's gonna be, oh, I hope this guy blows his right rear leading. Oh, I hope this guy blows his right rear so I can get around him. And we don't want to see that. So hopefully the Outlaws do make an exception for this race, just to see good racing, especially for guys that are coming out of the B and stuff.
Better yet, hopefully the track's in good condition. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, agreed.
And I'm sure the Duncan family will make well assured, they know what's going on, so they'll probably make sure that the track the track might be too good, honestly.
I hope it's.
They might overwork it to make up for
to compensate. And see, I don't want it to just be a dyno fest for 50 laps. I mean,
yeah, because but I was gonna say this earlier when we were on the topic of Brent. When he won with the Outlaws there earlier this year, it's hard to say he could be dominant at Knoxville because I feel like we base our opinions off of what he did there earlier this year.
right.
And the track was heavy.
the track was way good.
It was really good.
Like they were locked left coming off exit, trying to get the thing to turn to come off corner. So I feel like it's hard to say. We know Brent's going to be good in the slick. Like we've watched him at Eldora, we've watched him at Williams Grove, but it's hard to say that he's going to dominate like he did that night during nationals because you don't really know what the track's going to be like. It could be slick and they miss it. It's such a toss up. There's so many guys that could possibly win it. Whether they're starting 10th or 22nd. We watched Schuhart go 22nd to second or whatever.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. You can throw your numbers and throw your people you want to win and think to win, but realistically, it's pretty well anyone's ball game.
It really is, and that's gonna bring me to my pick, dude. He's found a lot of speed coming in. He was good at the Kings Royal, dude. Donnie, bro, Donnie's always good there. I know he doesn't have the same crew chief and everything like that, but they've found some speed somewhere, and he's always good the month of money. He's always good in the month of money. That's his bread and butter, and you can't count Donnie out at Knoxville. How many times he went? 10? 10? Yeah, won it 10 times. You can't count that guy. That's like counting Steve Kinzer out. I should say that. At the end of his career, he was just, hanging on for dear life. But Donnie, I think, still has plenty more good years left, I'd say, because he's still running up front with the Outlaws every week. Showed a lot of speed at the Kings Royal, and just that's it. They call him, what was it? What was on his shirt? The Knox Father. He's 10-time champion for a reason. So they've obviously got something figured out there, and he's always going to be in the running. I mean, he ran second last year, so it's. I mean, that's my pick. Plus he hasn't won in a while, so I feel like there's no reason to hate him anymore.
No, yeah.
Exactly. There's just no reason to hate him anymore.
I definitely think that if he wins, it'll be kind of like one of those bittersweet deals where it's like he hasn't had the success he's had. Honestly, you could kind of feel that once Brad Sweet won the Nationals, that was almost like the passing of the torch, where it's like, okay, this is Brad's time now, because Brad went on to win the points championship that year, and then he's won it again, and he's leading the points again this year. And so, I mean, it's kind of seems like Donnie's kind of faded out a little bit, but it would definitely be pretty cool to see him win, because, I mean, you never know how many more races he's got left in him. I mean, I could see him possibly winning it this year. If he wins it, or if he wins Knoxville this year, he could hang it up at the end.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm glad you did, because I didn't want to be that guy. But I think he's got one more like Nationals win in him before he hangs it up. I really do, and it would be very bittersweet to see, because everyone loved to hate on Donnie, but now it's like, okay, dude, like, come on, like, you've always been good, like, come on.
You have to recognize what he's done.
Oh, 100%. You have to recognize, like.
I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not gonna show up to the racetrack and cheer for Donnie.
Me either.
Not because he's a dirty driver or whatever. I just, I grew up in a time where I want to see anyone but Donnie Schatz win.
It was fun to hate. It was fun to cheer against Donnie, is what it is.
Yeah, just like Sammy at Chili Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from the time you were born. Like, for Chili Bowl, like you said with Sammy, like, there's always a villain at every track,
Mm-hmm. Anyone but the Swindells at Chili Bowl.
Yeah, and then or anybody but Donnie at Knoxville.
Yes, like I'm not gonna pout for 365 days if Donnie wins. Like,
no,
you have to acknowledge what he's done. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. I mean,
yeah,
he's won 10 of them now, so I mean, you can't take anything away from him, and the dude's just good.
No, and you have to recognize and respect, like, the driving ability. Like, you don't just fluke into 10 Nationals. Like, dude's insane. Like, he's good. Yeah, he's getting older and is losing a step but, like, I mean, come on, dude. The dude is, like, you have to just recognize how good that guy really is there. And that's why I think, he's got one more in him before he hangs it up. And I think that'll be it. And it'll be a nice send-off for him when he does. And I really hope it's, I mean, maybe I don't hope it's this year, because I don't know if I really want to see him go. But at the same time, I just want him to win one more, because it's been 3 different winners every year now. Now it's like, all right, Donnie, this is it. Win your last one. Send us off with something great, and, send us off with something to remember by, because, it would be bittersweet, like Dev said. So
I think it'd be really cool for him to win it this year, especially with what he's got going on in his family situation this year with the passing of his dad.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that that puts a little, like, a little more fire under him to
I think so as well.
Get it done.
A little more want.
Yeah, you want
to. It would mean something more
than just winning it again.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with that.
I have an out of the ballpark question. Rookie of the year.
I'd have to see the rookie list, to be honest.
Give me Corey Day, dude.
Give
me Corey Day. Give me Corey Day.
The only 2 I can think of is Corey and Garrett.
And then Noah Gass.
Noah Gass.
Let me say something here before we continue.
Robbie Price? No.
If Ryan Timms was running, it would be him. If Ryan Timms was running, I know they're letting him run 360s. But if he
I don't think so. I think Corey beats him.
You think so?
Corey's more keen, like, level-headed.
Fair enough.
Where, like, Ryan, it's like on the fence, like, yeah, like
it's go time.
Yeah, he doesn't race like there's 50 laps. checkered this lap. Like he is
Yeah,
on the move every single,
he
which
would,
is not a bad thing, but
but he would drive over his head at some point. You
oh
think?
yeah,
So
exactly.
and I could see that, but Corey Day, he's a good buddy of mine, so I gotta go with Corey, dude. He's so good right now too. I mean, we saw what he did with the Outlaws back when they were in California, so obviously he's capable of running with those guys.
He's been running Knoxville weekly the past 2 or 3 weeks
Has
too.
he?
So,
Oh yeah, he has. I've been seeing that on his snap.
So that's a kicker too, I believe.
Is that?
He's getting
I'm
ready,
assuming. I was
man.
gonna say. I'm
It's
assuming that's in preparation.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Growing up in Knoxville, this was always the beautiful time of year where it's like you'd get just kind of heavy hitter guys showing up for weekly shows.
Yeah.
Those weekly shows aren't just a weekly show anymore. It's kind of like I wouldn't call it an outlaw show, but I mean
you're getting there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're getting some big name drivers showing up, and especially if like the Outlaws were close, they'd rain out. You'd get half the outlaw
Half the
field.
outlaw field, yeah, you
So
would.
then it basically is an outlaw show for
Mhm.
just a regular weekly race general admission. So
You got guys coming in Friday nights renting the track out.
oh yeah, they've been doing
outlaw
that
guys.
for months now. It seems like
Yeah.
it
Just
always
testing?
pop up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it always pop up like the race monitor
Mhm.
stuff.
Oh,
Times.
oh,
Yeah.
I have been seeing that. There was a
you
bunch of
get-
them there the other night, or
Yeah,
like a
you
month
get-
or so
Yeah.
ago.
Eliason was in the 71. Ooh, dude, that might be a good.
Eliason in the 71, huh? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, hasn't been quick the last couple of years, but
No,
Bernie's good, man.
he's-
Like
I mean-
Bernie knows exactly.
Especially
what he's
around
doing.
there.
especially around. I mean, I'm not saying Shane's a bad driver, but I mean, Shane put it in the show in the 71 last year. I mean,
Gio
Yeah.
won it and won the 360s.
won the 360s in the 71, right?
I think so.
What I think it was 71. But
Yeah.
yeah, they know what they're doing, right? They got notes for that or that stuff for sure. They absolutely do. Another one, and I hate it because I can't pick him, but I want to so bad, is Brownie. I know he wants it so bad, and I think a lot of people want it for him. It just seems like nothing will go his way during nationals. It's
No,
really
like-
unfortunate, but
He's had those couple of years where it was him and it seemed like Kerry Madsen were both nipping at the heels of Donnie for like 2 years straight, and neither one of them could buy luck. I mean,
Yep.
I think Brown had it wrapped up 1 year and then jumped the cushion,
yeah.
and then somehow like Donnie checked out like almost a straightaway head, and then Brown passed him back and then jumped the cushion again, and then after that I think there was like 5 to go or something. It was just kind of like the nail in the coffin at that point where it was too far, too gone.
Yeah. But I mean, Madsen, the year he was in the American Racer car, I think he ran
Yeah,
second to Donnie.
the Kendrick or the Canaric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Canaric car. Yeah, he ran second to him, right? I think.
Yeah, second and a third maybe, and then he blew up like
Right.
early.
Right.
I remember Brownie had a fuel tank go bad one night on his prelim night.
So, well, nobody knows exactly because that was the year he rolled out the all black car, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he swapped rear ends, nothing. Changed motors, nothing. Changed
tanks.
still nothing, and then he just went to his normal like Knoxville
White car
all
on-
white car for
on Hard
Friday
Knocks
and
night,
like
yeah.
For the Hard Knocks
won or
night, yeah.
something.
I mean, I wish I could pick him. I just can't because I don't have the faith in him. It'd be so cool to see him win because a lot of people want it for him, and I know he wants it bad, but there's just so many good guys, and even though you're gonna have the same talk like names in the talk like every year, but you got Donnie, you got Larson, you've got, I mean, hell, even Brownie, I guess. But you also got guys like Macedo, who's been good there, showed he's been good there. And you got Marks, Gravel, who's past winner, Sweet. You just got so many heavy hitters. It's a toss-up for whoever's going to win. But
There's 20 race cars that easily could win the deal and not be surprised.
But there's also guys just like Sheldon that could miss it too. Heavy hitters that could miss it. That's how competitive that race is, and that's why I love it so much.
Well, he barely made it in last year.
He did barely, but you know I'm talking the year he missed it, right? I think it was 2 years ago or something, or was
Yeah, he was in the chrome
the
red
red
car.
car? Yes, didn't make
The red
it.
not dude, that car
It was
was
so
sick.
sick though. Yeah.
I remember the car, but I thought he made the show.
No,
No, he missed. He
Hmm.
was like 2
he
spots out.
missed
They
in the
do a
pole or
purple
something.
one?
lot.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah, he made it in
bad.
the purple one.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he made it in the purple one, missed it in the chrome red, even though that car was sick. I wish he would have made it, but you even got guys like off the board. Like, I mean, look at the front row a couple years ago, Reitzel and Saldana. I mean, like, that was pretty cool. I like seeing Joey on the front row. That was cool.
You got to look at the weekly guys there
yeah,
too. I mean,
exactly.
like-
You do. You got. I mean,
Riley Goodnow and
shout out
hey,
Riley.
he won his heat race, dude.
He did
so
win his heat race. That was cool.
That's got to be the longest 10 laps ever.
Oh, I'm sure. But it
Mhm.
was. I love Knoxville. There's so many heavy hitters. I mean, you know, regardless of what the track does, it's always decent racing. I mean, I hate that it took rubber last year, but regardless, it was still fun to watch. And Donnie still gave Larson a run for his money, anyways, even on a rubber down track. So that was pretty cool. But yeah,
I just can't wait to see what other dumb shit I'm gonna buy this.
yes, Dirt Shark Racing.
Dude, that's gonna probably make a comeback this year. I might take it.
You have to. I think you do. But God, I was gonna say something, and then I forgot. Dang it! It was about Knoxville. I forget, but it's always the best time of the year for me. I love it because I get to. Well, unfortunately, not all of my boys are going this year. Renfro West. Hopefully, Renfro makes an appearance. That'd be cool. But it's fun. I get to see a lot of people that I don't get to see throughout the year. It's kind of like Chili Bowl and stuff like that. It's just, and it's always a party, dinghy after the races, 3 and 4. It's always such a good time. If you watch the podcast, have never been, I recommend doing what you do.
Definitely a bucket list.
100% it is. And it's funny. There's a guy that I work with, or well, I guess he works in a different store, but one of his bucket list items is going to Knoxville. He's a big racing fan. He was started in NASCAR, but started to follow dirt racing a little bit. He was like, dude, bucket list, dude, Knoxville. I'm like, dude, I go every year. He goes, bro, I gotta like ride up with you or something sometime, bro. I've gotta go. Like that, and like that's a random person that just found racing that already knows Knoxville is an absolute bucket list track to be at. Like, and nationals is just, it's a different animal, and it's so much better than Chili Bowl in my opinion because it's an all day thing. You don't, the town's so small. It's not like Tulsa is where you're not cooped up in a building all night and all day. And yeah, you go to Lenny's afterward, but not a lot of people go.
It's hard to compare them in my opinion.
That's true.
They're both fun in their own ways.
Yeah.
You have way more fun during the races at Chili Bowl.
Yes.
After the races,
after the races kind of sucks, but
after the races, you hang out in the expo for 25 minutes and then they kick you out.
Knoxville, you leave the stands and it's who could be first in line pouring everyone shots at dinghy afterwards, and then it goes to 5, 6, 7 a.m. and then you roll into Mr. C's, which is now Mrs. D's.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Unfortunate,
Yeah.
but
The Smith family sold out. They're finally retired.
which I mean, I'm sure it's still gonna be pretty good anyways. So
It's this. I've heard it's the same menu
that's good.
and
Okay.
stuff. They
That's
just
So,
changed owners.
side note, since we're on the topic of comparing the two, would you rather win Chili Bowl or Nationals?
Probably Nationals.
I mean, winning a driller would be cool. Don't get me wrong, but Nationals is like the granddaddy in my opinion of all.
You'd have to win 15 Chili Bowls to pay for your one national win.
Oh
All right,
boy, let's
Kyle.
not
All
get
right,
on
Kyle.
this.
I'm not like.
I understand. I just
No, you're 100% right.
Yeah. I mean, but
I could finish 24th in the Knoxville Nationals and I still walk out more than the cocksucker that won the Chili Bowl.
isn't it 10 to start?
It's 12 and a half.
12 and a half to start. Yeah.
It pays. You could run a spot out in the B and probably make it.
I think one spot out is like 6.
Oh.
Okay, so you're making over half at least. So
So you could finish
with half the amount of cars.
You could finish 5th in the B feature. So I think that's the first non-transfer spot. It's either 5th or 7th, maybe, whatever. And you get paid more than what it would cost. Like you paid to finish 2nd at Chili Bowl.
With half the amount of race cars.
Yeah.
More than that, they get like 400 fucking midgets, and they only get like.
Which I've heard that they're capping. They're capping it this year.
Thank God.
I've heard they're capping it.
God, did you send them our first
podcast? I should have, but no, I didn't.
I told them.
I should have, but I didn't.
Was
I think
the one of Lisa dropping that bomb where they were gonna make it a half
mile? Yeah, that would have been bad. But no, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to start spreading any rumors or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna have to cap it this year just due to capacity, because I mean they're only gaining cars, so.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this for like 5 years.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've just now finally had a platform to voice my opinion.
Well, now you've got a platform to voice your opinions. That's good.
I think that episode reached 40 people, so.
Well, you know what? It reached 40 good people, and we know we got viewers, and I've met one in person. So, I really wish I could remember what I was gonna say earlier about nationals. It's gonna bug me now, and I'm gonna think of it while I'm laying in bed later. I'm sure, but
is it Hawaiian Grill?
No, but that would slap right now. That sounds amazing right now. I cannot wait to get some Hawaiian Grill. Can't wait to get some Hawaiian Grill, and I can't wait to get some Mrs. D's, I guess what it's called. It's still Mr. C's to me. I can't.
That's fine.
Rib Shack sounds amazing as well. And
dude, what's funny is so when I was still like in Iowa, I'd come down here and it's Rib Crib, so I'd go back home and call Rib Shack Rib Crib, and now I'll be down here living, and I'll
let's go Rib Shack.
Hey, you want some Rib Shack? She's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, Rib
Crib, dude. Rib Shack slaps, and that was so good after the tournament last year. We went and ate. That was
we did.
That was a good time. That was a good time. Forget, but I'm glad that this podcast we were able to talk a lot about nationals, because I think next week's probably going to be a little bit more about nationals. I'm sure we'll have some more to talk about next week, and then hopefully I can get it to where we can get an episode in while we're there. I think it'll be hopefully Wednesday mid, maybe before the races start or something. We can get something, or maybe skip.
We could have Lisa co-host with us.
We could maybe, not to
even
try.
Tanner, maybe.
Who?
Tanner.
Oh yeah, we can get Tanner on. That would work perfectly. Maybe we'll just run an interview that day or something. Something easy. Definitely want to try and get something out while we're there. But definitely check out the Instagram and stuff. I'm trying to post more on there. I just forget. Hopefully I can get a nice little snippet of Renfro just zoned out and thinking face. Not have that on there. That'll be fun. But hopefully we can go live on the golf course and going around. Maybe we can get one of the mini mics. Me and Dev can run around and start asking people obnoxious questions. That'd be fun.
Maybe we can interview some big name guys too.
That would be cool, because I know I'm not gonna name drop here because I don't want to say something and get back to them. So, but hopefully we can get some good guys in for an interview, even if it's just a short one, just something we can put out. But definitely check out the Instagram. Hopefully I'll go live a little bit while we're there and stuff like that. But yeah, boys, Knoxville time is upon us. I am super excited. Renfro, I wish you're gonna be there all week. Dev, I can't wait to get there with you, buddy.
I know, it's gonna be epic.
It's gonna be.
It's already on the calendar,
dude. I've had this countdown on my phone for like a month now, and it's almost there, dude. Oh, I'm so excited. Knoxville's my favorite time of the year. It's a good time. But yeah, Renfro, Weston, I know you'll probably watch the podcast. I wish you guys were gonna be there. It's not gonna be the same without you, of course. But
Guess we'll just have to
Part
have
of growing up.
It's part of growing up. Which by the way, congratulations, Renfro,
Thank you.
on getting
Thank you.
our buddy. He decided he wanted to go and get himself a house. We're very proud of him, and we understand every reason why he's missing. Same thing with Weston. He's making big boy moves, moving out of his parents' house and moving into his own place. So, props to both of you guys. We're happy to see you guys making those big boy decisions, and unfortunately skipping, but I'm sure you guys will be back the next year, ready to party.
If it's a perfect world, I might show up, but
I
I don't want to say I'm going
jinx
to.
it, of course, but
Yeah, I don't want to say I'm going to and not.
if we get you there, we'll have a good time. But regardless, very proud snaps for you guys, snaps for Weston and Renfro on making their big boy decisions and growing up. Also, snaps for me. Just got done with my 4-game suspension on Monday, so I'll be back. I'll be back on the ice. Oh yeah, be back on the ice Wednesday. Can't wait. Other than that, boys, we still ended up running a little over, but dude, it's been flowing. We've been good. Haven't gotten to go back on. Wanted to keep it quick, but mouth's starting to hurt a little bit. So, boys, can't wait to get back at it next week with probably some more Knoxville talk. And I think Outlaws run this weekend somewhere. Maybe I'm sure they do.
Yeah, Weed Sport.
Oh, that'll be good. That'll be really good.
Which is weird that they go all the way to New York and then they're coming all the way back to Missouri.
Yeah, I mean.
Wait, where were they just at? Oh, they've been out there.
Yeah, they're on PA.
Well, yeah, like.
But yeah, go all the way to New York and then come instead of, yeah.
They couldn't hit like a show in Iowa or Ohio or something.
Yeah, I agree.
I gotcha.
That's really weird, but yeah, I know we're more into the World of Outlaws right now because Knoxville's on, but I'm sure we can touch on maybe some midgets. I think Power Eye runs this week or something like that, and then we can. I don't know if the All-Stars
run. Sprint week next week.
Sprint weeks, yeah. Once sprint week gets over, we can touch on that as well. Which, after one night, there's a lot to talk about. There was a lot to talk about in the group chat, so we'll have to touch on that after. I don't know. Someone must have been hungry, and Bobby Ballou decided to feed him a couple times. So, regardless, not going to get into that just yet. We'll definitely get into that, especially when Reston can be here and chime in. But Weston, missed you, buddy.
I already know what he'll say.
Of course,
I fucking hate you, Zach.
I fucking hate you, Zach. Yep, that's Weston. But boys, I'm gonna go enjoy my last hour of being 23 before I end up turning 24 tomorrow.
There you go.
I'm really just dreading getting older. But yeah, birthday's tomorrow.
It ain't that bad.
I guess one more year and then I get my insurance to come on.
No, it's not even true.
It's 26.
It's 26? Oh, I thought it was 25.
Not even that.
Oh.
Nah, I've been told it's 25, and then mine didn't even go down. It actually went up.
Dude, oh my god. I thought it was. I've heard it was 25. Oh my god. Now I got nothing to look forward to.
It don't matter.
Just another year. Oh, Snaps to my brother. He signed with the Texas Brahmas today, so that's cool.
That a kid.
So, and looks like he'll have a good season. It's his last season of junior, so that'll be cool. But on that note, boys, my mouth hurts. I'm ready to go to bed. Work was tough today. Gotta brave the heat tomorrow for the next couple days. So, boys, it has been real. Can't wait to get back to it next week. Hopefully we can stay consistent. Devi, can't wait to see you in Knoxville, buddy. Gonna be pumped. Renfro, wish you could make it. Proud of you, though, still.
Thank you.
Boys,
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Later, guys.